You're very welcome back. Now, since 1992, children's charity Make-A-Wish has granted wishes for more than 3,300 very brave children across Ireland.
We're joined this morning by Gavin Norris and his son Cian, whose wish was recently granted. Good morning. Hi, Cian.
Hi.
It's lovely to have you here. Thank you so much. Just going to chat to your dad very quickly. Gavin,
Yes.
Can you tell us about Cian and when the first time you got a bad health diagnosis?
Yeah, I suppose Cian had a normal childhood till he was maybe a couple of months before his 4th birthday. We brought him to hospital just with a bug and a fever. Quickly escalated into an issue with his liver, and then that turned into an issue with his heart. A couple of weeks of pretty interrogated tests showed that he had a really rare heart condition called restrictive cardiomyopathy, so it's a heart failure. There's no cure. We were told he would need a transplant within the year. He had 2 years tops. So obviously a life-changing event. The heart transplants are done between Ireland and the UK. It's quite a limited pool for paediatrics. I'd say at that stage there was 100 kids maybe on the list waiting. They're doing 3 or 4 a year. So we went over to Great Ormond Street. They confirmed the diagnosis and Cian was placed on the list.
What was that like?
Shocking. It's just your whole world has changed. Everything. You have this beautiful boy, you're devastated, you're like, why Cian, why has it happened to him? And after a couple of weeks, it changes to, okay, let's go here. What do we need to do? Where can we go? How can we keep him alive as long as possible to try and get him to transplant?
Yeah. Do you remember any of this, Cian?
Not much.
You don't remember any of it? I suppose we see pictures of you now and you were so young going through all of this. When you're hearing the statistics, Gavin, you must be freaking... Like, I can't even imagine. You're just saying, 100 kids a year. In 2017, you got the amazing news.
2020.
2020,
so
sorry.
3 years had gone by, and in a sort of a weird twist of fate, COVID happened. All the adult hospitals stopped doing everything except taking COVID patients. So all the transplanted hearts went to the paediatric side of things. So there's kind of a flood of donations to the children. So we got a call then, 3 years on. Cian was pretty ill at that stage. Like we're talking months. That's how it felt. The conversation moved to different sort of care. So our CNS, Helene, called us. She said, "Are you at home?" I said, "Yes." I said, "I've great news. There's an offer. The ambulance is on its way. Great Ormond Street will call and you have to accept the offer." So she hung up, accepted the offer. The ambulance arrived, whisked us to Baldonnel. The Air Corps had the plane on the tarmac, flown straight to London. Again, ambulance to Great Ormond Street, into hospital and into surgery within a couple of hours. So for 3 years, just watching your son deteriorate really slowly, and then boom, he's into surgery.
It sounds just incredible. Things didn't go 100% smoothly though after that.
No.
What happened?
Even though it's quite complex surgery, it's about a week to 10 days in ICU typically. Cian spent nearly 2 months in ICU. His organs failed. He had a bleed on his brain. Weren't sure if he was going to wake up. The heart didn't start working itself. He had to go and have open heart surgery again to put a pacemaker in. So he spent a good 2 months touch and go in the ICU in Great Ormond Street before things stabilised, because he was very ill by the stage he got to donation, which his body had changed. It's just hanging on.
Yeah, because he was given 2 and you're 3 years waiting for all of this to happen.
Yeah.
And the hits just kept on coming.
Yeah. You think, okay, we got the transplant, we survived, we're really lucky here, but then I think about half a year later, a routine biopsy showed that he was having rejection. He had to have another therapy to remove the rejection from the donated heart. And then about another 6 months later, he started getting a lot of belly pains. And we were in a hospital for months. They couldn't understand what was going on. And in the end, he had something called an intussusception, where part of his bowel actually went inside itself. So you had to have emergency surgery. It's quite dangerous. If your bowel explodes, you can die. That was removed, and they quickly found that there's cancer growing in the walls of his bowels, a lymphoma. So that's when we were introduced to St. John's ward, and we started our cancer journey. So we spent about 6 to 7 months in St. John's. Cian's cancer had progressed quite badly because it wasn't something they'd seen before, so it was diagnosed quite late. But again, we fought for another year. a lot of chemotherapy and all of the mess that comes with that.
What age was Cian then?
Cian would have been 6, 7.
And what age are you now, Cian?
11.
11. And fighting fit, healthy now, finished chemo.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Great.
Yeah. Do you remember any of that, what you had to go through?
Half.
Half. And Daddy was there all the time. Mum was
Yeah.
there. Your family were there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you kept going. You obviously kept going through all of this. I can't imagine. I'm sure that there's parents, you're listening to this right now, that can't fathom.
Now, I've been speaking to consultants. There's 2 places you don't want to find yourself as a parent is in the cardiac wing of a hospital or the oncology wing. And Cian's been through both. And we know how fortunate we are to come out of both. So it was, like, he's suffered and there's been a lot of trauma, but he's come out and he's flying now.
You're
Little
phenomenal.
Miracle. Little miracle.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Tell us, because we're here talking about the amazing work that Make-A-Wish Foundation do as well. How did you come across them?
Quite a weird sort of twist of fate. We were driving up for a cancer retreat in the Daisy Lodge, and on the M1 the car broke down.
Oh, lads, Gavin, come on.
So I rang the insurance company. I had the tow truck and the courtesy car, and the guy that picked us up, we told him where he's going. He said, well, he was a cancer survivor as a child, and have I ever heard of Make-A-Wish? I said, no, I thought it was for children on sort of end-of-life stuff. He said, no, it's for anybody who's had their childhood impacted. And he's adamant, you got to contact Make-A-Wish. I was okay, well, I'll contact Make-A-Wish. So I emailed them, explained Cian's situation. They said, yeah, he definitely qualifies for a wish.
If anyone qualifies for a wish, Cian qualifies for a wish.
What was your wish, Cian?
To meet Shane Lowry.
To meet Shane Lowry, the incredible Irish golfer.
Yeah.
And
How did you get into golf?
Through Golf Ireland.
Through Golf Art. Does
through
Dad
your
like a
dad,
bit of
I'd
golf?
say.
Does he? Dad likes a bit of golf.
We have a little clip of you getting to meet your hero as well through
Okay.
Make-A-Wish. Come on, shall we have a little look?
Yeah.
Have a look at
Okay,
you now.
let's take a look at it now.
Myself and Cian are going to roll a few in. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go
You
first?
go first.
No. This could be disappointing. So do you think about anything when you're putting?
I look at the hole for a bit and trying to get the right distance.
Okay.
But my aiming's not the greatest.
Your aim is not great. But you don't need to practice. When you're a kid, all you need to do is enjoy yourself. Do you play games against your dad?
Yeah.
You better than him?
Sometimes I win.
Sometimes.
That was close there.
Oh, wow, what a legend. What a
That was close. Were you like, I'm going to do this?
Yeah.
What was he like?
Lovely.
He gave you something, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave me a putter.
Let's have a look at it.
I don't think you should have that close to Tommy Bowe. I'm going to be honest.
I've already taken it out. I've tried it. It's how nice is that to get to meet your hero?
Great.
And that was up at Royal County Down at the Irish Open Pro-Am, is that right?
Yeah, we contacted him and explained the situation, and Cian didn't have a clue what he wanted as his wish, because it's quite open-ended.
Yeah.
What's your favourite wish?
Yeah.
So they did a video call with him, and they go through a pamphlet fill-out, and what's your favourite film, what's your favourite football team, and it got to golf. I said, what about golf? I see you play for Clean and your favourite golfer is Shane Lowry. Would you like to play a bit of golf with Shane Lowry? And his eyes just lit up. And you knew straight away. They could have offered €1 million and €1 next and he would have said no.
Do you like watching him on the do you get to stay up late sometimes if he's playing in
Yeah.
America so that you can see what Shane Lowry's up to, can you?
Yeah.
What about Rory McIlroy?
Second favourite.
Second favourite. Leona Maguire, is she up there as well? Oh, so with Leona.
How incredible was it? Just in terms of, we saw the video with Shane getting to meet him, but even just the whole experience. I mean, because this is a wish.
Like, the reason I'm here as well is just to say how important it is. You can see how good it is for memories and, you know, replacing bad memories with good memories and making the child feel special for all the right reasons instead of all the stuff. But then there's kind of a lasting effect, which I didn't realise I had. Like a couple of months later, I realised people had started talking to us differently. It wasn't like, how are you? How's he doing? How are you feeling? He sit beside me. It's like, how's the golf? I seen you playing with Shane Lowry. Any tips? So it's a really positive change. So it's really brought his persona out and his personality has changed.
Yeah.
He's got a bit more confidence. You know, he's gone around the school showing off the putter. He's talking to town. Like it's wonderful. I'm still showing people the videos 9 months later.
You're going to be doing that until you're going to be doing that forever. You know that.
Yeah.
I just honestly, what you've been through, Cian, you're incredible. You're absolutely incredible. Most people couldn't do that. And for you, I'm sure there's parents watching right now who are going through a fraction or going through what you've gone through. To see you together, it does mean a lot, Gavin. I'd say for parents who are going through that.
Yeah, like we've had lots of dark days. Like we've had from 4 years of age till 9. Like he's lived in hospital for 2 years. He's been on machines, keeping him alive. To see your child suffer like that, it's so difficult. But there is hope, so, you know.
I mean, your wish was granted in your son being here, fit and healthy beside you, and keen for you to get to meet Shane Lowry as well.
Yeah.
It is Wish Week. And for people who do want to get involved in it, log on to makeawish.ie/donate if you want to support that as well.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, Tommy was there that day as well, Cian. He was like, yeah, whatever, don't care. Don't care, only cared about Shane Lowry.
Not bothered about me, I don't think.
Cian, it is a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so
Thanks.
much for coming in, and Gavin Norris, thanks a million for coming in and chatting to us about that. It means a huge amount.
No problem.
Lots more still to come on Ireland Day in just a few minutes.